first I'm gonna grab this. Retro Mag seems to be like an interesting website. Which, speaking of ironic, look what it is. It's Tomba 2, which if you didn't know, they're about to re-release Tomba 1 for people to see. PlayStation 2 gets Odd World. Odd World was a good time. Yeah, Tomba 2. What's this? This is Banana Republic, Donkey Kong Conquers in 64. I don't know if that's the correct term you want to use for that. That aged interestingly. They said 81. They must not go that far back. Like I said, we can look up other magazines too, like Nintendo Life and stuff. But I feel like the people who were the most like all over the place when it came to like predicting what was going to happen next and talking about the future was Gameinformer. I feel like they were the most egregious with their predictions, which always went bad. Sizzling hot pre-release reviews. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm very curious as to see what the pre-releases for old games are before they were like, nah. Ghoulish scenes from the Cap Attack. The Cap Attack seems a little vulgar, even for back then. Yeah, issue number 1. Game Genie controversy. Ah, there we go. We're getting into it now. This is the good stuff. The Cap Attack, you played it a lot? Really? I had never heard of it until recently. Micro Machines. I hear Micro Machines is one of the best games. That's what people say. Never played it myself. I would have. I had so many Micro Machines as a kid, I would have played it if it was there. You know, what's the point of collectibles? I realize I have collectibles in the cases, but that one's literally just for show. Like, literally, it's got the background of the cartridge and all. So, that doesn't count. Also, I get tired of dusting things off. A lot of this probably got dusty by now. So keeping it in a box makes it easier to clean. But yeah. So let's see how well this all aged. Best bets for keeping equipment clean. I love how it says best bets. Like this might work. We don't know because no one's had it around that long. Funko Inc., the fun company. Like I said, I've been to lots of Funkos. That's what we had when I was a kid. Wait, hold on. No. My memory's starting to mess with me now. Not Funko with a K, Funko with a C. At the end of March 1997, the company operated 188 Funko Land stores. Yeah, so it's like Funko Land, right? Yeah. Yeah, Funko Land is where you went to, like, it was the GameStop at the time where you went to, like, get plushies, right? I'm remembering, right? Successor Gamestop. Ah. So it is GameStop. That's what happened to it. It defunct December 2000. 2000, really? God, my memory is jacked up. Yeah, so Funko Land died and became GameStop. There you go. So here's GameStop in the flesh. Yeah. Isn't that weird? It's funny too, because I remember a lot of people were upset over GameStop taking over and destroying small businesses. Like, they were like, what about my Funko Land and my Gamecos, right? And then it's like, it's Funko Land, man. It's literally Funko Land. The Illuminator, a Game Boy Light accessory. See your Game Boy in a whole new light. I never had one of these, but I would have hated this, because my face was right here at any given second, right? Like, this is my face. I don't understand how I would have had a light, because my face would have been right here. This doesn't look like it extends. Does it? See the notches? Like, no, that would never work. Oh, this is fully adjustable, but I don't... It would have been in the way of me gaming. Like, I don't understand how this isn't in the way. That would create an immediate reflection of light. I don't know. Getting light... Let's see if I can't make this legible. How to use this publication. Phone orders, retail stores payments, shipping, rush orders, returns, selling us your games. Game Genie update. For those of you who have been too busy playing Last Battle, I don't even know what that is. To keep up with court battles, we thought we'd bring you up to date with the Game Genie case. This court district ruled in favor of Louis Galoob Toys, Inc. Someone told me that name before. I remember that name, Galoob. In Nintendo of America's copyright infringement suit against Galoob Games Genie's product. This follows the decision in the preliminary hearings held against both Canada and the U.S. last year. America, the Canadian owner and manufacturer of the Genie, was awarded full production and distribution rights in Canada, while U.S. courts awarded Nintendo an injunction to halt Galoob's production of the product until trial this past April. Yeah, this is the how to take care of your games. I had one of these. Doc's Fix a what's it called? Fix a System and Fix a Cart or whatever. Fix a System. We have that. It's an old box at my parents' house. We have to have the guy coming out of the box just barely right here. His head coming out. Hair. Two power player takes a ride on the hot seat. Bring a new dimension of reality onto your games that you've never experienced before. The hot seat brings you to the game by using your body movements to control the action. Well, he only has his hand there. So, bring up for the ride of your life. Simulates arcade-like action, bringing a new level of excitement. With hot seat, now you can jump into your Ferrari and Rad Racer and take those curves at 200 miles an hour and feel the action as you lean into the turn, or climb into the cockpit and feel the motion as you turn and dive with the plane. But be warned, it's so realistic you may want to. So what? When you move this moves. It does not say. It says instead by using your movements to control the action. So do you have to lean into it? Is that what they're saying? This is very confusing. I guess I'll have to look into it and find out. It probably got recalled. How much you want to bet, like it never came out or got recalled? Let's find out. Hot seat gaming chair. Well, what we can find. Who made this? Well, no, go back. I cannot find anything on this. Who made it? Is it by Funko? I don't see a name of the company. I don't think this ever sold properly. Oh, is this it? Is this it?
Over the past 11...
Is this a video on it? It might be. It might just be video. We might get the answers we seek. Please tell me more, sir.
This is the hot seat. It utilizes motion controls for movement, while the stationary joystick...
Also, I know what this is. This is a new game. Wait a minute. He's got a lot going on here. There's a lot to take in here. I'm not going to get distracted anymore.
Motion controls for movement. Not much is known about the hot seat. It was released in 1990 by a company based out of Wichita, Kansas called Power to the 10th Incorporated. As far as I know, this was the only product they ever released. Based on newspaper ads, the hot seat was only released in the Midwest region of the United States. It was sold in small chain department stores, furniture stores, and...
Yeah, like, that's literally what we were looking at. We're looking at this kid right here. There he is. There's the kid. Who is this guy?
Video rental stores. That's right. You
We'll never know.
Rent the hot seat weekly. Although technically it was already obscure to begin with. That's about all we know for the history, so let's take a look.
Yeah, first fucking pages of the first Gameinformer, and we already have a product that was just gone.
Look at the hot seat itself. It came in two colors, either black or gray. So how does the seat use motion controls? There's no wires or anything coming out of it. Well, that's because everything is contained within the joystick unit. Technically, you could detach the joystick from the seat and use it by itself. As to how the motion controls work, the unit is sealed off, so we don't know for sure, but just from feel and sound, it most likely uses tilt switches. The seat is pretty close to the ground, so it's kind of awkward to use if you're
God,
tall.
yeah.
This was definitely intended for children. Let's try a game we all know and love, Super Mario Brothers. This
Children
might
that
sound
small wouldn't
crazy,
be,
but
like,
Super
interested in the
Mario
chair.
Brothers worked pretty well with the hot seat. But Super Mario Brothers is totally playable with the hot seat and, dare I say, beatable. Now let's try out my favorite
Like, now we gotta go do challenges where I play games only with this chair, right?
Mega Man game, Mega Man 3.
I guess I could play it in this chair.
This one
Yeah.
is a little more difficult considering the precise jumping and shooting required in this game. Plus, you can play it in 3D, which, when played with the hot seat, is peak 90s gaming.
Hell yeah.
Top Gun is also perfect.
That's a great
for the hot
shot, though.
seat. Surprisingly, there was another device similar to the hot seat called
That one
the
looks
Super
funnier.
Chair. It looks like it worked a lot better, but it never came to market.
Yeah, because it
The
looks
hot
silly.
seat is pretty. Maybe one day we'll see hot seat gaming challenges on YouTube or Twitch, where players try to beat NES games using this.
I literally just said that. It's about that time, man. It's about that time. Flashback Friday is about to get a lot more interesting. Ooh, so like I said, right away we got straight up just got something that was already obscure as hell in the very first Gameinformer. Which wasn't surprising because they were trying to sell their own stuff, you know, they're trying to make deals with companies. So they went out of their way to sell obscure things to get a one leg up on the competition. They just, you know. NHL. This already came out, so this is a review. Call today. This phone number probably doesn't exist anymore. Also, what? I wonder what address that is. Supersonic tip. Love that. It's great. Yeah, we had this to fix the system, which is how I've been fixing a lot of the stuff that goes around my N60 or my NES. I didn't have one for the Game Boy. AC adapter. Oh, tired of spending money to replace your Game Boy's worn-out batteries? My AC adapters for Game Boy is the cure. I'm guessing this worked because a lot of these worked because they had ones for Game Gear and stuff. Letter from the editor. We love to play video games. That means we get just as excited as you do. Blah, 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 blah. Rick and Andy probably don't work for this company anymore. They're probably fired to cut costs. Or they're retired. See, sound, playability. Wait. Oh, they're telling you what the rating is, which is funny because, you know, they still use the same function. Well, actually, no. I think one of these has changed. No? Yeah, no, I think all this is still the way that they rate things. Bill and Ted's Adventure, $48. Let's go. They'll give you $28 for it. Yeah, back in the day when GameStop gave you half the fucking value. This is above half, by the way. Right here, this is above half value. Can you imagine a time when GameStop would give you above half your value on your game? Just want you to picture that. A crazy alternate universe. Also, is my saturation up? I feel like I'm really red for some reason. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of these, like, they're giving you more than half the value. That is crazy and unheard of. Wait, accessories. What accessories are there? Let's see if that chair is on here. If they buy that chair yet. Oh no, these are specifically Nintendo's accessories. AC power supply. There we go, hot seat. There it is, hot seat, $99. Tiger heli? What's that? Well, I don't think anyone else did either. It's only $9. Sounds pretty bad. Just like To the Earth and Terra Cresta. There's probably a reason I haven't heard of these games that cost nothing. Volleyball. Oh, Power Glove, there it is. $14.26. That dropped quick. Although I think the Power Glove might have been out for a while at this time. It's interesting that like, I want to see how long they continue to say that they're buying games after the new game has come out. Because the Super NES is already out, right? So getting a, I think the Hot Seat said it was only for NES, too. Yeah. But yeah, the Power Glove, I think, isn't that just for N64? Or not N64, NES? Because there's the NES Max Joypad, like, they're still selling that even though Super Nintendo was taking the world by storm, right? The Cap Attack, a ghoulish adventure just in time for Halloween. You said you played a lot of this? Chuck D. Head. He uses his inner self. Who would sell their Paperboy game? Well, when you're done with it, you sold it. Like, that's the whole point of Blockbuster, was like, if you're done, then just sell it and then get something else. You know? Mario type. Look, they're classifying genres. It's just like Strand type game. It's a Mario type game. Yeah. Look at us stereotyping games early on in the 90s. 1991. We're telling people they're freaking wrong, you know? Like, no. This isn't a new game. This is just a Mario type game. We're just throwing things together. We're just like mashing them. In 1991, we're just like, nope. They're all just Mario. Oh, it says it's a fair review. There's enough originality to keep a gamer's interest. There you go. And the characters are really a scream. If you like Mario or Bonk type games. The 7 Islands. Of course they're looking for 7 of something. Oh, it was rewarding, okay. Graphics weren't that good. I think there was like a top-down Hot Wheels game I played a lot. That one had screenshots from magazines around the other. I will probably run into it, honestly. I played a similar game, so we'll find out. Honestly, let's... For what, though? The NES? SNES? It would just be under Hot Wheels, probably. You'd be surprised how many Hot Wheels games they made in the 90s. It's crazy. Well, I guess this isn't far enough in the 90s to where Hot Wheels was big enough to make video games. NES Micro Machines stick clearing of the ordinary... NES Micro Machines steering clear of the ordinary racetrack. There could have been like a comma or something here, or maybe some kind of colon. Also, I keep... Oh no, this is this one. Oh, they're going around... Okay. So you're saying you played a game like this one, alright. America's... Okay, so this is Camerica again. This is the guys we were reading about before. The guys who made the Game Genie. Has brought 9 of these tiny speed machines into your NES system. Used from sports cars, tanks, power boats, and more. Racing against 11 different characters. Yeah, this doesn't have high reviews, but people rave about it. It's a great idea. Instead of just a straight race game, they took a popular kids' toy and put it in lots of crazy settings. The variety and fun of this races and modes of transportation keep the simple idea from getting old. Make this a great game. What's the negative? Why is it a 7? Again, just average. Nothing special here. Ouch. But it is a weird choice that these are the games they chose to start with their reviews, right? They sell t-shirts from past concerts, posters from past concerts. God, I can't even read that. Motley Crue, Nelson's, Guns N' Roses. Look at this. Anthrax, new group sitting. Alice Cooper, Aerosmith, AC/DC, The Doors. It's interesting to see Anthrax there, though. Maybe one. Oh, Cinderella. There's Cinderella. The Cure. Well, I guess The Cure. Because a lot of these are really old. Like, look, Elvis is on here. Like, how old is that? Faster Pussycat, Guns N' Roses. See if I see anything that's gonna just take me back in time. Samantha Fox, wet t-shirt. Slaughter, Slayer. Vanilla Ice. There you go, Vanilla Ice. Win the ultimate gaming rig. What's the ultimate gaming rig? We have to find out. By Pandemonium Promotions Inc. Over $18,000 in prizes. The Japanese Super Famicom. Yeah, it's already out in North America, which is weird that they would advertise it like that. Their collection's very tiny. My parents still have one of these like sound system things, where it's got all these. Actually, I think it might be this one. It looks very familiar. They got the big long stereos too. These ones. And this remote, I recognize this remote. We didn't have this TV, but I remember someone who did. I remember this remote where they just put like 8,000 buttons on it, like it's supposed to do something new. Now we realize that you need less buttons, not more buttons, because what's the point of having more buttons? This means that when you grab the remote wrong, you're gonna mess up. Genesis. Camerica game introduces Micro Machines, the original scale miniatures. It's the best and most innovative racing game for NES ever. Micro Machines is a trademark of Loose Galoob Toys Inc. Yep, that's the guys who made the game. Man, they were taking off around this time. I like the thing that says pool on it. Is that the last page? That can't be it. You're telling me that's as small as the magazine was? I mean, that's not surprising for a 90s magazine, honestly. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. Too late, I saw the files. Prepare to be doxxed. That is a genuine fear. Alright. Bunch of extra shit at the top I can't remember, but whatever. Scratching ATV beasts. I don't know what that means. I think they worded that wrong. Choose your race, sexy lady. Remember when every race game had to have sexy ladies? What times? If you're into women, the 90s were great. And look, even more intense in the 80s. When I went to a pinball convention, the amount of like old 80s pinball machines that had nothing to do with like anything where big boobies should be, there were big boobies. Because why not? There was a baseball game where there was just a woman she was in a baseball uniform and just had big old boobies, and you couldn't play as a woman game, but whatever. We know it's pinball. You can play as a person, period. But like, she wasn't in any of the pictures or anything. She was on the side as a separate thing. She wasn't like in the imagery. Like, it was so sexist. Ridiculous. Quad challenge. Namco, the game creator. Thanks, Namco. We didn't know you were a game creator. Thanks for telling us. Dear Gameinformer, first of all, I wanted to say that your games are tremendous, cool, rad, crazy, low prices. I love how they were able to figure that out after one issue. Even though the game seemed to take a long time to get to my mailbox burn. Second, when I received Motocross Maniacs, I not only got hours of fun, I received your cool magazine. And your fall 91 issue of Gameinformer. It's the only one! I read that you can get a $25 credit on any Funko purchase when you send these radical tips or hints to your magazine. Is that true? Mike, that's true! When you send in an unpublished tip of any NES, SNES, Game Boy, Genesis, Game Gear, or Neo Geo game, and we print it in our fun club tip line segment, you will receive $25 credit. This was the only one, yeah. What do you mean not the only one? Oh, you're saying the only one. Okay, my bad. I don't know, I misread that. It's been a very long week. The only one, this is the only game, only magazine that came out was the Sonic one. This is issue 2. There's nothing in between. I'm 1000% sure. So the fact that somebody lists off, I guess if you just read the magazine, you wouldn't know, but like, it's just interesting. $25 credit towards your next Funko purchase is pretty nice though. Can you imagine a time period when they pay you to like give them secrets about the game, right? such a good time where if you were good enough at finding a secret that wasn't discovered yet, you would be paid for it. Once upon a time, man. Once upon a time. Yeah, this person's dialogue got me all riled up over the way they were listing it off like it's something new, or not something new, something old. Like, you've always been grateful to me. One of your faithful viewers. It's like, what? Like, this is obviously fake. Is it true that when I send in things, I get free stuff? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, that's right. Faithful viewer. Like, this kind of stuff just throws me off so much. I was just riled up a bit too much. Sorry, dude. I got Gameinformer magazine. I think it's great. I've looked in it so many times. I've almost memorized it. Wow. To make one magazine and to have somebody memorize it that hard. I can't even imagine, man. I cannot even imagine. It's good to know there's a trustworthy video game company out there. They haven't earned your trust yet. Only one. It's the only one. I'm 12 years of age, and before I found Funko, I mailed an order to another game company. They were very unreliable. I'm glad I found Funko. I'm 12, and I make $60 purchases through the mail. I severely doubt that's what's happening in that kid's life. I enjoyed the first issue of your magazine. However, I have one suggestion. When it contains information about a contest or something timely with the deadline date, please have it arrive before the deadline date has passed. Marcia, so this is like a complaint, like an actual complaint. Marcia, we apologize that Gameinformer got to you so late. We're still trying to work out the bugs that come with putting together a new publication. See, like, these people just don't understand. Like, it's we'll try to do better in the future. We're trying our hardest, man. Really shocked by the new magazine you came out with. Previews information on the new hot seat. Yeah, the new hot seat. This guy was excited for the hot seat. We found one guy who owns a hot seat, Will Hughes in Greenville, Texas. One dude. Which, living in Texas, I can tell you, there's no gamers here. That's not a thing. Well, there are gamers here, but there weren't. Like, it's not a big thing here. Like, it's starting to pick up traction with, like, gaming centers and stuff in the past, like, 5 to 10 years. But back then, it was not. Supersonic tips and game reviews were interesting as well. I think you will get good comments on this. I hope you keep up the good work at Fun Club. Love your magazine, it's great. I was thinking that to improve the Fun Club, why not make a membership card? The card could have members. They change fonts here? What the f is this? You see this, right? Like, everything's spaced out, like double spaced out, and then suddenly it's almost like this is all one word. It's like half a space. The card could have the members' name, address, and other important information on it. What do you think? It is because they didn't type this. This must have been on the part of whoever printed the magazine to make room, I guess. So they're like, we'll make one sentence where the double spacing turns into half spacing, and that's it. Angie, we think that's a terrific idea. A membership card for Gameinformer magazine. Who could have predicted that? Apparently in the second issue of this magazine. We have Angie to blame for all of this. We're working together on fun ideas in our Fun Club. I was thinking about a suggestion rate for your magazine, or subscription rate for your magazine. It should cost $10.50 plus tax for Fun Club members. That's funny because I think they're asking for like $14 a month, something like that, right? And to be fair, cards were cool back then, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, it's interesting that like they're just now bringing this up. Or they wrote this themselves so they could be like, no, you guys asked for it. People are like, I don't know these people. APO New York. I don't know what that is. Nintendo players should have questions on games like Punisher or Castlevania 2. There could be a contest for remarkable scores once they're approved. Interesting. All great suggestions, Brandon. We'll certainly consider them in 10 years. I don't think they started doing that anytime soon. Gameinformer index, terrific toe jam and Earl tip. Knock those bothersome cupids out of the sky by touching them. You'll need spring shoes or Icarus wings to do this. Letter from the editor. Hello, editor Elizabeth A. Olsen. What? Elizabeth Olsen? That's not the Elizabeth Olsen, but it's just funny. Right? Just interesting. Over the winter issue. See, they do call it the winter issue. They need to make up their mind. They cannot make up their mind. Electronic Arts. We'll take a peek at the leader of the sports game cart. Electronic Arts. Good to know times have changed since the 30 years ago. That EA is not still the lead of sports games. Which they totally are. And that was sarcasm. Want to stay on top of what's new in video game world? Keep the Gameinformer coming to your home through 1982. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. You can't do subscription the minute somebody asks for a subscription. This guy, they published this guy's idea for a subscription service, and then the minute they did this, they were like, by the way, we have a new subscription service. That wasn't planned. Yeah, sure, buddy. Sure. Subscribe now for only $19.95. I like how this guy says $10, and they shoot for immediately double the price. Holy shit. That's more than 60 cents off the cover price. It's like getting one issue for free. Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever, man. A match made in video game heaven. A match made in video game heaven. A popular video game magazine and a Saturday morning TV. What? What about Saturday morning TV? GamePro has found its way onto your television screen. Targeted more than 60 million estimated home video game enthusiasts, approximately 35 million households, blah, blah, blah. Carrying on better than 100 of TV's biggest markets. This weekly half-hour series begins its first season with 26 new episodes, each hosted by DJ Roth, star of the popular kids program Funhouse. Blah, blah, blah. Hot at the Arcades. Old favorites, such as Hot at the Arcades. Ever wanted to really get into your favorite game? What's Hot at the Arcade? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on now. Let's see if we can't find whatever this is. Yeah, Secret of Mana is good. Arguably less good than Legend of Mana, but I'm biased. I haven't played Secret of Mana, but I've played Final Fantasy Adventures, which is the previous. So this is second to Tetsu. Is Secret of Mana. Listen to me talking like a huge nerd. Yeah, this is a different composer. There are some interesting songs from Secret of Mana, but I never got attached to the soundtrack. Hiroki Kikuta. Yeah, Chrono Trigger, Legend of Mana, and Super Mario RPG are all by the same composer, if you didn't know. Which is why a lot of Super Mario RPG songs sound like a few Legend of Mana songs, and I haven't played Chrono Trigger, unfortunately. Maybe it's something I'll get around to on this channel. That's what Monday is for. Monday is for those kind of games. Also, this is a great frame to pause on. Just want to say, I love this frame. We need the TV for this. With the bad quality of this, we need the TV. Although it is a bit widescreen compared to the TV. That's strange. Oh, that's because I have the top and bottom cut off. Hold on. That's why. Okay. There we go. Magnetovision is the name of this one. This is everyone's favorite star, Brad. I don't know what his name is. Oh, gotta turn off the other music though. And the creaky man. A sunken ship. I don't think I've made it to a sunken ship. Oh, let's go. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, bro.
Meet Fred. Until this week,
Hi, Fred.
my man Fred was in charge of the game lab. The main man, the head dude, the biggest of big, the gargantuan
This is episode 1, by the way, so I don't know what he's talking about when he says until today.
of Gonzola's. Well, you know what I mean. Well, dudes, you finally did it to him. You see, Fred is fried.
Oh, dude. Sorry about that, man. My condolences.
Oh, God. Oh, I need a minute. I wasn't expecting them to go that hard. Hold on. I need to compose myself. Give me a minute. So we're having a blast here. Whoa, dude! Oh, did you see Bill and Ted? It's like they looked into my soul.
Well, dudes, you finally did it to him. You see, Fred is
He called me a dude.
Oh, dude. Sorry about that, man. My condolences.
Thanks.
But you know something?
I love the way he's standing. He's like, you know something? You know something, man? I'm stoned. Can you tell I'm stoned? Because I'm being overly stoned right now. You feel that I'm appealing to a crowd?
Sorry about that, man. My condolences.
His stance.
Thanks.
His
But you know
posture.
something? We've got a lot of eggheads in the game lab, and they've got some good stuff for you this week. We got tips, tactics, reviews, and it's all here from GamePro magazine, bud. Yeah! The ultimate source of home and arcade video game knowledge. So, bud, what do you say we hit the screen and get into a little SWAT action there, buddy?
I know what you mean. I know we have work
Oh,
to
he
do.
broke character right at the end.
But this one's for the Fredster.
Secret weapons and tactics.
Aha! I'm in the middle of one of your favorite carts again. Yep, this place definitely looks familiar. I must be in SWAT World. This is the home of the tips and tactics that separate the winners from the losers. So
At least they did some effort to like make this happen.
listen
You
up
know?
close.
It's a little bit of
Let's get
effort.
underway with this warp
What a
trick in
caricature,
Crystals
I
for the
know.
NES. I'll be back.
What a card! So fucking. Crystallis, I played all the way through
From one
it.
location
Did
to
not have a
another
fun
at
time.
will, No sweat. All you
Stuff where the kind of editing was monstrous. You know, right? Like you can't really blame them. Well, like the breakthrough for CGI didn't happen until 1993 with not Jurassic Park, oddly enough, but with Mario Brothers movie, which changed the way we did CGI in modern movies, and the like. But I just think it's funny how many games where if you just pick up the second fucking controller, you become God. Like, was that just like supposed to get people to go out and buy controllers because they hear from their friends like, "Hey man, did you hear? If you have a second controller, you can break the game," right? I don't know.
Game Pro, Maniac Mansion for the NES. Next, head for the Green Tentacles room. That room is located up the ladder from the shortwave.
I love that ladder climbing animation. That is top tier. It's just the best.
The ladder from the shortwave radio
Shuffle up the
room.
ladder.
Take
Shuffle up the
record
ladder.
That's sitting in the room. It's called a tentacle mating ritual recording.
Breathe. Can't escape it. You can't. You tell yourself, if I go back to the 90s or the 80s, it's not there. And then bam. There it is. I I'm sorry exposing this to you guys.
Take the record that's sitting in the room. It's called a tentacle mating ritual recording. The Rusty Key.
What's this music? This is the I don't know how to describe this music, but it is.
Yeah, here we go, bud.
This is
Got
great.
some new carts coming in.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey, bud! Whoa!
The all-new Super Nintendo game system.
Just the head movements kill me. Like, he is over the top with this.
Oh, bud! Got some new carts coming in every day for the all-new Super Nintendo game system. And, bud, as fast as they make them, we're going to show them to you, okay?
Bud.
Now, today, we've got an all-time favorite now available for the SNES. You've played this game in the arcade, you've played the classic version on the NES, and you've played it on the Genesis. I'm talking about Ghouls and Ghosts, and, you know, now you're going to play it like you've never played it before.
Really?
Super
Whoa!
Ghouls and
Whoa!
Ghosts. Yeah, look at
Whoa!
Evil Dude, check him out.
Check him out!
They're not lying when they say Super Dude. Led by the sneaky magician.
I should do react content to this. We should do predictions and shit for this and play bingo. Like, this is so funny to me.
Boo hiss. Now, you're saying to yourself, I bet, yo, sup, buddy? I've heard this story before. What's going on? You know? Just wait till you see these rotating rooms. It's just awe-inspiring. I'm talking awesome. And soundtrack, yo, orchestrated too.
Yo!
Yeah, we got this, like, background
You
music.
like this just yo just thrown in there.
Music that just sends chills right up your spine, and you've got these like earthquake sound effects that just have you looking around going, bud, am I in San Francisco or what?
Bud, am I in San Francisco or what? I'm gonna use that term now. I'm gonna start grabbing these 90s terminologies and just start throwing them out. Like, gag me with a spoon. Dude, are we in San Francisco or what? Like, I'm having so much fun with this.
New R-Type for Nintendo Game Boy. See how good you really are.
All right, I'm on my
I like that this person recorded it has the tracking. That really brings it back. Really brings it back. Travel Light, the old Game Boy, I know, right? The heaviest one.
See how good you really
At
are.
least it wasn't the Game Gear. Where is my Game Gear's at the house?
All right, I'm on my way. Here we go.
What? You say what world?
Hey, bud. Thought I'd march along with you. Salute. How does he do that?
Secret weapons and tactics.
The setup was not there for that. And I love that at this point in time they literally just took all the tropes. It's like how TV is now, where they just took all the tropes that were going on at the time and just threw it into something without any context or writing. So, like, he goes, how does he do that? Like, he's done it before, but this is episode 1. Once again, the first episode, they need to stop pretending like it already existed. There's a reason why this wasn't successful in the air. Because kids aren't dumb.
Rock and roll! And today we're going to take a look at some new developments over at Sega. Now, you remember how the dudes at Sega got the 16-bit jump on Nintendo when they hit the market first with their Genesis game system, right?
He broke character. He can't even keep his character up. Like, his accent changed right there. Listen.
16-bit jump on Nintendo when they hit the market first with their Genesis.
When they hit the market first. Like, he went from, whoa, my guy, remember when Sega Genesis hit the market first? And you're like, sorry.
Remember how the dudes at Sega got the 16-bit jump on Nintendo when they hit the market first with their Genesis game system, right? Well, it looks like Sega's on the cutting edge again with a new portable color game system called the Sega Game Gear. This game hardware runs on 6 AA batteries, so you might want to consider the optional rechargeable battery pack and AC adapter, because this energy-thirsty unit drains batteries after 3 or 4 hours. Okay, bud? So check it.
It's like, even they knew it was a bad thing. They were like, this drains batteries fast, but it's good.
out.
Because they're paying us.
Around Christmas time,
But we're just
Sega
saying,
will introduce a
I'm not hitching my wagon to this.
UHF tuner that'll turn your Game Gear into a TV. You're stoked! Now, if you really
Wait, what?
turn your game Christmas time, Sega will introduce a VHF UHF tuner that'll turn your Game Gear into a TV. You're stoked! Now,
Oh,
if you
to
really
portable
wanna get
TV.
some futuristic
Those were all the rage. I remember
how
this.
about the Genesis
I had one.
CD-ROM? You've heard about it, you've read about it. Well, in 1992, you're gonna be stoked because you're gonna be playing on it, that's right.
Hey, GamePro. John Madden Football. Terrific game for the Genesis. But the computer player cuts right through my defense. I just can't stop him. Can you help?
Monster question, dude. Now, you remember old Fred, who we showed you at the beginning of the show? Well, that was the question that put my man Fred in a deep freeze. But we got an answer anyway, so check it out. Because we have a defensive formation that'll send the computer back to the locker room talking to itself. Huh! Choose a dime formation.
Football.
That'll send the computer back to the locker room talking to itself. Huh!
He said, "Huh," after they threw it.
Choose a dime formation.
They threw it too
Cover
early.
Set and CB blitz. Next, tap the B button just once to gain control of the
a
left
one take.
cornerback. Now, and you should just go Philly, Buffalo, LA, or and. Hey, you also won yourself a GamePro t-shirt, and it's on its way right side up. A quick reminder, the rest of you out there, put it to the test, dudes. Put us to the test. Send in those hard questions and keep the...
I mean, that guy was obviously a plant because, like, you can't just have someone send in a video to a show that doesn't exist yet.
Game
Also, that's the Mario background, I just realized.
Lab eggheads, throw it right out. Hey dudes, I'm bringing you one for those heroes in a half shell. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hey, you got a pipe. That's cute.
In the Fall of the Foot Clan for the Game Boy. Now, you know how Splinter
Like, they went out of their way to get,
come
like,
to your rescue and bail
Mario
you out with
set
an energy
pieces.
refill if you can beat him. Sometimes a turtle has to go to the master instead of waiting for the master to come to him. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, check out some of these secret locations where you can
No,
enter
I
bonus.
don't know what you're saying.
You need the bonus round. First the game. Right.
He's still doing the head thing. Like, he's stiff. Like, pull up a part of his body. He's made of twigs.
Right.
What's that thing he does right when he appears? If you keep a close eye on him right as he appears, he does this, like, I'm shocked thing with his hands.
Right. Pro review. Very nice. Time to check out what the Game Lab Techno Terrors have to say about two.
Why is he
new games
making
we have for
faces?
this week.
Stop it.
First out of the blocks this week, Wolverine for the NES. That's right, Marvel Comics.
Wolverine?
Dude. We've got one of the X-Men back in action along with the ultimate bad dude, Magneto, and his gang of...
There was a show out already that said his name correctly 1,000 times. I just want to point that out. Like, everyone knew how to pronounce his name. It was common knowledge, some might say. Whatever, man. Wolverine, the sheep with adamantium hooves. That needs to be a thing. And Magneto. The fridge magnet man.
X-Men back in action along with the ultimate bad dude, Magneto, and his gang of chumpsters.
Chumpsters. Chumpsters. When's the last time you heard someone say the word chump? In actual, like, non-ironic terms. You know, like, they actually use that word. And now think about the last time you heard somebody use chump in another form, like chumpette or chumpsters. And then ask yourself, who said that in the 90s? Because I didn't hear anyone say the word chumpsters.
And the fun factoroonie, Factmeister.
Factoroonie, Factmeister.
Factoroo, Wolverine, all right.
Factoroo, Wolverine. We're in the 90s.
So, if you didn't like the first X-Men game cart, well, who did? But just because the first one was sort of a major bummer, don't turn your back on the sequel because Wolverine things work out a whole lot.
Although they are slamming on the first game, which we just covered, was, like, not a good game.
Now, even though Wolverine can heal quickly,
Wolverine.
he still needs the power and energy he gets from the burgers and power potion he scarfs up as he moves through the tough...
I like how they're just magnets just hanging below the structure. Like, this is a period of time where people didn't complain that the game didn't make sense. Like who are these guys that are just silver? Why are there magnets just hanging from the bottom of some kind of airship?
It's from
Like,
the burgers and
who cares?
power potion he scarfs up as he moves through the tough 9-level challenge, fighting awesome bad guys at every turn. And we're talking some Mondo serious bad guys here, bud. The X-Men arch enemy Magneto is back, and he's
They say it in the cartoon, man. Magneto.
mad.
How did we rate this game? Well, for starters, This game card sports a side view. 360-degree scrolling presentation of the game instead of this bird's eye view that was used in the original X-Men game card. So, you know something? We're off to a good start. Yeah! The music's pretty solid, and it's got this good beat.
Can you imagine talking like this all the time?
Sound effects because they're kind of average. And challenge? Well, my friend, this game is tough. It is tough. Tough as Magneto's army. Yes, let's hear it there. Come on, kids, speak the truth. You'll spend a whole lot of time just trying to get the best of this game. And while the game's a major step forward in LJN's crusade to bring the popular X-Men to the screen, well, there's still a ways to go, but we hope they keep on trying.
Hey, you sound like you like it a lot, man. You know, I love the X-Men comics. I wonder if they're thinking about turning more of these dudes into...
I feel like, hold on. I feel like this guy on the left here is what DreamWorks is trying to achieve with every character they ever made. Just look at his eyebrows.
Man, you know,
look at the face he gives to his friend here when he turns.
We hope they keep on trying.
Hey, you sound...
Look. Oh. This is just the thing that keeps on giving, isn't it? I mean, I've seen funnier and better, but hey, Uchida, we're making fun of old stuff. It didn't start out that way, but it has become this.
Sound like you like it a lot, man. You know, I love the X-Men comics. I wonder if they're thinking about turning more of these dudes into video games.
Oh, yeah, that would be happening, bud.
Very happening. All right, thanks, B-Man.
You're welcome.
Let's check out Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge for the Game Boy.
Well, the original bloodsucker himself has just made a blood milkshake out of Christopher Belmont's firstborn, Soleil.
Kind of rude. His child died. That's not okay to say. It's not as bad as the tentacle mating ritual, but it's still pretty bad. He said what he said.
Has just made a blood milkshake out of Christopher Belmont's firstborn.
He made a blood milkshake out of Christopher Belmont's firstborn. Once again, not as bad as the the tentacle mating ritual from the last game. Not the last game, but one of the first games.
Soleil, and Belmont is not a happy dude. Now, if you thought the original Castlevania was a nightmare, wait till you get a load of Part 2. Instead of being challenged by
Keep that one in reserve.
Like in the
oh no, the one we're keeping in reserve was, what was it? I forgot it already. Was it San Diego? Something like that?
First episode, check it out.
Where am I, San Diego?
Each containing evils unimaginable by mere mortals like ourselves.
Here goes. All around awesome. The graphics are good. Not the best we've seen on a Game Boy, but good enough for serious play, dudes. The cart has
They're not that good for.
totally terrific tunes. Like I said, if you thought Castlevania gave you something to work on, you ain't seen nothing yet, baby. It's got it all. Graphics, guts, and gore galore. Huh, a real winner.
Stoked.
It's like a jump scare from the side. It got me. He screamed before the transition to him had finished.
Guts and gore galore. Huh, a real winner.
Stoked.
Yeah.
Dracman.
His audio bite happens a split second before the camera goes to him, so stoked! It's like, bro, stop making the DreamWorks face. The guy, by the way, the guy who's like doing this all the time, he's like, my dude, he's broken character like 3 times now. Play the fuck out of Snow Bros? Really?
I'm Bo Berry from
Is that you? Is that you, Dunamis? Are you Bo Berry?
Beach, California, and I have a tip for the GamePro fans. You can play a short-time version of the Snow Brothers for the Nintendo by just pressing select at the title screen.
Oh, baby, that's it for today. For Brenna on the B-Man and me, JD Roth, take care and peace.
I'm just in a funny mood now. What the hell is he doing? Whoa! And I'm gonna dance. This is how like I dance. Oh, is he playing air guitar or something? I can't tell what he's doing. He's losing his goddamn mind over there. Hold on, what? If you ever really wanted to get into your favorite game, here's a chance. Highlighted on the video program is a segment that blows game screens up to larger in life. This effect made possible by special ultra matte system enables Roth to bring the audience right into the game for close up. See, like this is even experimental at the time. Puzzle, test your video game knowledge. Find your video game systems. Wait, how is this testing my knowledge? Also, I love that Santa and North Pole are video game knowledge. Which I guess if you don't know, like in 1,000 years if Santa disappears off the face of the earth, and you're wondering if, like, why games used to sell during Christmas only and not during the summer, it's because of this, right? But other than that, wildly drawn conclusion. Track meets. Jeopardy? Well, I guess Jeopardy was one of the games. Who was playing track meet? I saw that at the fucking arcade. It was... Ugh. Black Shot, Donald Duck, Gameinformer, Docs. Sega's Toe Jam and Earl character, the Wise Man, also known as the Carrot Man. Wonderful. Yo, what's up? It's Toe Jam and Earl. Toe Jammin'. 9.5, 9.7. People really love this game. I tried to play it. I couldn't figure it out. Is that what I should play today? I have it on the Switch. I said I was gonna play Legend of Mana, but you know, it's up in the air still. EASN, the Electronic Arts Sports Network. This says 9. I don't believe this for a minute. It ain't perfect, but it's pretty darn good. It's tough. Oh, he doesn't even give a rating on it. Yeah, he doesn't give a rating on playability. He says it's tough. Genesis makes too many of their games too hard or too easy. This one is just about right, so he's not sure. Or he just forgot to put it. It is the second issue of Gameinformer. Arcade Smash. Yeah, Arcade Smash! Smash is on arcade now? Reality. Excuse me? Forget about alien invasions. Those aren't any photon... There aren't any photon torpedoes here. And don't even think about shifting into warp speed. All that stuff is fantasy. Go play a different game. But the dodgeball game on the NES was quite fun, but that's an unpopular opinion. I mean, you can have fun with these games. It's not like just because someone else had like a terrible ass time doesn't mean that it's not fun for people, you know? It's just a lot of these games are bad in the fact of like you can't play them and those are actual bad. Or like there's another game that's the same as it and it does way better. The dodgeball game, I'm sure it has unique gameplay, which makes it the best of its kind. So comparing it to all the other games, when I compare things, I don't compare it to all games ever. I compare it to games of the time. So if you were to go, hey, you think Legend of Mana is the greatest game ever? First of all, I love it. It's ahead of its time. But if I were to compare it to every game ever, you know, there are more like well-rounded games where there's no bad point on those games, and they're fun, right? But I'm just saying, like, you can't compare it to something when it's unlike most other things. Legend of Mana doesn't fit in the category of most other games, so I wouldn't compare it to anything. This must be the Final Fantasy music. Launch satellite, space station construction. Well, this sounds fun. Did they actually rate this? Does anyone know what this is? Pre-flight checks here, the voice of the ground control. This sounds fun. It is a nice OST. Missions that are based on actual space agency operations and technology. This sounds like it would have been a fucking blast in the day. Did it not do well? Mega gaming. So you think you played a space game before, think again. When you're aboard Space Shuttle Project, you're seeing it like it is. I don't think their advertisement to be like, there's no fantasy here. Fuck off with your fantasy. It's like, come on, man, calm down. We're all having a good time here. There's no reason to come at me. Neo Geo. Oh, that's what those controllers were before. Those weren't fighting things. God. Well, there you go. Although it's mostly used for combat games, as you can tell. Elizabeth Olsen, not the Elizabeth Olsen. And Elizabeth Olsen. Elizabeth Olsen at this time was... Hold on. I don't think she was born yet. 1991? I don't think she was born yet. I don't know. Surefire stocking stuffers. Custom graphic, or graphic from Toad. I don't want to say custom. Graphic from Toe Jam and Earl, Sega of America. Was this in their little pamphlet? Toe Jam and Earl's Ho Ho Hoium, commonly known as Santa. Surefire stocking stuffers. Batter up. Onslaught. Dungeons & Dragons is your type of action. Hey, Dungeons & Dragons. See, Dungeons & Dragons was always popular. I hate people that are like, Dungeons & Dragons is popular now. Like, no, it was always popular. Look right here. It says, if Dungeons & Dragons. That was the literal advertisement for video games. Right there. So we have Bonk type games, Mario type games, Dungeons & Dragons types games. So we have our three types so far. How to use Funko advertisements. Nintendo. Oh, is these their rankings? Best sellers list. Mario 3, of course. Mario 3. It's because Super Mario World hasn't come out yet. Contra is selling way higher than the other game we were talking about. What was it? Mercs? Yeah, Contra was selling way higher than Mercs in 1991. Super Mario's still selling. Well, I guess they all came out around the same year, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I have that game. Zelda, I have that game. Zelda 2, unfortunately. Tight Bike. Metroid, Tecmo Bowl. Final Fantasy, the first Final Fantasy? Really? Super Mario Land? I mean, really, as in, like, it got 20th. That's surprising. Well, I guess it is in America. Batman! Yeah, Batman! Onslaught was meh. Star Wars was super bad, in my opinion. Never played Punch-Out. It's a shame Metroid is lower than Punch-Out. Altered Beast was ridiculous. Oh, yeah. They made a sequel, and people said it was good. But unfortunately, it was 3D, and had an interesting storyline. So you got to see all the transformations in 3D, because it was an actually decent game. It had like full like the whole morph thing, but for some reason it didn't come to America or something like that, or got banned. I don't remember what it was exactly, but like there's some kind of issue, and it just didn't really get released the way it should have. We had this, by the way. This is a game I have. Well, it didn't say Super Jeopardy. It wasn't talking. It was just regular Jeopardy. But all these characters were there. The guy with the long neck, the girl with the long neck, for like no reason, they just had long necks. Because someone thought it was funny, I guess. They always carrot like overly over the top characterized features. Also, why is there this lady? Who the hell is she, and why is she in Toe Jam and Earl? So it's the human. Are Toe Jam and Earl just killing humans? Oh yeah, Crystallis you would need tips for because it was garbage. Be Raccoon, Mario, Luigi become invisible. Oh, they're saying that's the clue. Target Earth. Everyone knows this, by the way. This isn't like unique to this. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Low G-Man. I found G-Man. Shadow Dancer. Exodus. Ultima Exodus. Altered Beast. Snake, Rattle, and Roll. Okay. G.I. Joe. Quack Shot. Plungers and popcorn make for a real foul adventure. Excuse me? The Disney name has always brought to mind images of laughter and fun. Quackshot, new game for Genesis, starring Donald Duck and company, is no exception. Where is Donald? Is that him? That is him, okay. I couldn't see it. Indiana Duck. Wonderful. Yeah, there we go. There's a picture of it. There's Pete. I like the Goof Troop game where Pete is his neighbor, but also a different Pete is the bad guy. I'll edit it later and find out. What? Combat basketball. Here you go. Here's a fun thing. I don't know if this was any good. Hudson Soft. Combat basketball. We had combat soccer in high school. There you go. That's it. That was okay as a kid. Ultra Beast. That was okay as a kid, but I ended up getting other games. Altered Beast was fun. Like I said, the 3D one, I don't know what happened with it. The Altered Beast for what? Like the Game Boy? Oh, not the Game Boy, the Xbox. Doesn't say like sequel or anything. What the next one? The next one. 2005, there you go. PlayStation 2. It was canceled for North America, so it was released in Europe and Japan. Yeah, so we had an Ultra Beast that was more realistic. And I mean like, more realistic. So like, that. And supposedly the transformations are interesting. Can't see that where the damn. But I guess you can like do like Sonic the Werehog shit, where it's like you're running around as a werewolf just slicing at things. Oh, there's only 2 pictures on here? What the hell? Yeah, they have, you can look up a lot of their like transformations and stuff, like the gameplay. But yeah, this one is a lot more different than the original, and actually I genuinely enjoyed when they would take a and then make it during this time period, during the mid-2000s, because a lot of them came out really interesting. There's one where it's like Centipede. They turned Centipede into a 3D game. I had fun with it. I don't know if it's any good further past the point I played, but from what I played of it, it was fun. Altered Beast, like I said, they did it. Who else? Mario did a good job. They made 3D Mario. It was fun. Like Bomberman 64. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people were able to pull off transferring something to a new format during this time period compared to like nowadays. Try to stuff like that. It just flops. Also, what music is this? I don't think I got far enough in the game for this. Unless this was the Final Fantasy fight. Like I said, I can play one of the games we saw today if we're feeling it, because that's what normally Friday was going to be used for. Is Friday's going to be used for, we're going to look at old stuff like this, and then we're going to move on. Nowadays, I feel like tech has stagnated a ton. Yeah, it really has. And technology isn't growing so fast. It really isn't. It's an illusion by corporations to make you think that technology is moving fast. We do not have the technology for self-driving cars yet. We do not have the technology for a lot of things that we're thinking of the right now. Self-driving cars do exist, but they're limited use. There are trucks with a decent amount of like semi-trucks with a certain amount of self-driving technology, but like they're making it seem like it's like anyone can use it. And so people will do stuff like they'll get a car and then they'll like try to ram it against the wall to show their friends like, hey, it stops. And then the car doesn't stop and then they get injured. Like, it's not ready to be, it's not foolproof yet. It's not ready to be tested by dumbasses yet. We won't be at that point for a while. And they've announced, a long time ago, they announced that we won't have full self-driving cars till like 2040 just because of the steps involved with any kind of technology. And because they know how far along they are. It's these companies that are trying to push the narrative. It's like these video games that release like, it's like James Cameron's Avatar 2, right? Like, he makes CGI look fantastic because this is the point we should be at with CGI, right? Except no one else is doing that with CGI. And that's because, just because Avatar 2 did it and we should be further along than, say, Jurassic Park, doesn't mean that everyone was able to adapt to that new stuff. We're still far behind because it's not for common use. It's not made available. These companies did above and beyond. They should be held up as going above and beyond. They should be like, hey, good job, Avatar 2 looks amazing. And I congratulated them. I was like, look, great with Avatar 2. It looks fantastic. Especially compared to everything else that's coming out, right? But we shouldn't expect that from every single person. Now it should look a lot better than it is right now, because a lot of people, their stuff looks like stuff you'd see on like CW. But my point is that like just because Elden Ring and all these other games have been releasing this huge technology doesn't mean that everyone has access to it, right? Like just because certain people have released this above the top, like for instance VR, right? VR was developed way long time ago. Long time ago. I got a VR set for free, an Oculus for free, when I got one of my old phones back like a long time ago, years ago, right? And it was a fully functional VR headset with my phone. And you're telling me that now I have to pay $1,000 to still get a VR headset? Excuse me? Right? And that should show you, like, just because it seems like technology is moving fast doesn't mean it actually has, because people are cutting corners so much that it's actually lowering the standard really quickly. And we should be at that end goal. We should be at that point to where we're accelerating really fast, and we're not. It just looks that way because these companies claim that, and because some companies go above and beyond for their one thing that they work extra hard on for 10 years, right? Ow, I'm ranting again. Also, Marvel's Midnight Sun. Hold on, Marvel's Midnight Suns may be done. Okay. I think Marvel's Midnight Suns finally released all of their DLC. Can I just play that? I'm genuinely interested on this game is any good. Like, the only way to know is to play, because people's reviews are not helpful. Because this game is a unique thing in its own way, so I don't know what to accept it as. These are the achievements. I don't want the achievements. I want the Beauty Hub? Is that what I want? You know what? I'm just gonna Google it. Also, while we're waiting for this to go, right, I'm gonna do this. This. There we go. So, hold on. Marvel Midnight Suns done with DLC? Midnight Suns being canceled on Switch comes with the trailer. Thanks. But is it out yet? That's all I want to know. I want to know if all the characters are out. I don't want to play the game if it's not done being a game. That's how I like playing my games, sir. Well, let me read some more. That's other people's stuff. I don't know why their main updates aren't the main thing that they're showing off right now. Oh, are y'all excited at all to see this game? Because I'm thinking it might be fun. Earl Monroe, better known as Storm. Wait, Storm is in now? Hold on. Available today. All right, so the final DLC was finished. You love Legend of Mana. Well, that's surprising to hear. All right. I don't need an excuse to play Legend of Mana, that's for sure. Also, I'm working on animations for this guy. I've completed a few more. This is actually a new sprite. I don't know if you noticed the change. It looks different than before. My mouse is in the way. You guys probably can't see that. But yeah, he is... I've been working on it. I've been coloring it in. I'm almost done with 2 of the animations. But yeah, they're going to interact with like follows and stuff. And I'm probably going to make it to where it overlaps with the Pando stuff. Pando's fun and all, but I feel like it's too much on the screen, you know? And not unique enough to me, you know? I feel that a lot of these streamers just have too much on their stream. And we gotta not look like we're just chaos incarnate. Maybe some people are into that, but I don't want those kind of people in my audience, so... Like, if I need to jingle keys in front of your eyes every second for you to be entertained, this isn't going to be a place for you anyway, because I'm going to slip up my words and forget what I'm doing. So. Also, don't forget, I found those really hard to find orchestral tracks from Legend of Mana in my Discord. So if you want those, be sure to grab them. Sometimes when you get a picture on Discord, or when you get a picture, like, you save it, sometimes Discord will let you just control it. Not today. Also, what is my... Hold on, let me check my... Alright, while I'm setting up, I'm gonna have to go get more water.